Right, now we're actually going to look at compiling and running. Now generally compiling and running are quite different. However, in Pascal there's not mega much of a difference. In general, when you actually compile your program, you can actually, it's like making it in effect. Compiling generally creates an external self-executing file which can be run on its own without having to have Byond installed. However, for any game in Byond to work, you need Byond installed. It's just a necessity. You can't create standalone files. So compiling in actual Byond, actually what that does in this language is it recompiles a code. Sometimes when you just run it and you've made some changes, it doesn't always update the actual file when you actually run it. So it's a good idea to compile before you run. And this, as it says there, the shortcut for compiling is Control and K. Then there's clean compile. Now what that will do is, you see, Byond uses a resource file. Now every time you add some code and compile or run, it creates this resource file. And then when you compile again, it looks for whatever changes you've done and it adds the changes into the resource file. However, let's say you delete some data like an icon, it will still be contained in the resource file. And when you clean compile, it will actually completely delete the resource file and then redo the entire resource file. So if the icon doesn't exist and you need it, you'll come up with an error. So that's what clean compile is. It's useful to do it quite a few times anyway, because sometimes you get redundant data that's in there which you don't need, which wastes up space and can slow your programming down. Then below that we have run. Now run does exactly what it says. It runs the program that you've actually made or the game. And then we're going to look at the rest later. We've got package update there. That just updates really this area here where the mouse is, if you've added any new files to it. Package files, that creates like your project file, which is just made up of two files or one file. One is the resource file, the other is the program that calls up Byond and then does all the calculations. Okay, so that's really the difference. Now that's all we're going to look at the moment, and that's all this tutorial is really going to cover.